I don't wanna hear another word out your face. Tired of us trying, cause there's just no other way. I gave you a chance, but you threw that away. Let's just walk away, I ain't got nothing to say. Boy, you just wanna play because you're thinking I need you. You ain't saying nothing, I don't believe you. Let's just walk away, ain't got nothing to say. Let's just walk away, ain't got nothing to say. I don't wanna feel this type of way. Sick and tired of trying to make it change. Sorry, I lost it yesterday. Felt some type of way. You're standing in my way, you better get up out my face. So anything you needed, I provide. You had a good woman by your side, boy. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me it ain't love. Tell me I ain't tried. I don't wanna hear another word out your face. Tired of us trying, cause there's just no other way. I gave you a chance, but you threw that away. Let's just walk away, I ain't got nothing to say. Boy, you just wanna play because you're thinking I need you. You ain't saying nothing, I don't believe you. Let's just walk away, ain't got nothing to say. Let's just walk away, ain't got nothing to say. I don't even feel the same. Sick of trying to figure out who's to blame. Sorry I lost it yesterday, I felt some type of way. Keep on trying to stay when you know it's too late. So anything you needed, I provide. You had a good woman by your side, boy. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me is it love? Tell me I ain't trying. I don't wanna hear another word out your face. No. Tired of us trying, cause there's just no other way. Gave you a chance, but you threw that away. Let's just walk away, I ain't got nothing to say. Nothing to say. Because you're thinking I need you. You ain't saying nothing, I don't believe you. Let's just walk away, ain't got nothing to say. Let's just walk away, ain't got nothing to say. I said let's just walk away. You ain't trying to change. Things are still the same. Said let's just walk away, cause you ain't trying to change.
And good evening, everybody. What up, team?
Hey, everyone. What's up, y'all?
Hey, Cruz.
Hey, we got to get a shout out to P Blue for that magnificent video. As our homegirl from Richmond. We got two more independent artists that we're going to be featuring tonight, but we want to welcome everybody to Let's Talk Tuesday. The trio is in the house. We got somebody all the way down in DFW. Man, what's up? What's up, DFW?
Hey. Yeah, you never know who's going to pop up and show love.
You know, we could jump on a jet and be somewhere, you know, remote in a heartbeat. So if y'all want us to come, you know, contact Shauna or Angie, and we'll put this joint together and get on a train and be smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But before we do this, what do we always do first?
We got to pay some bills.
We got to pay these bills. So ain't nothing changed just because we in our CNN type studio tonight.
Shout out to Cruz for making that happen.
Hey, you know, I appreciate you all. We're going to pay these bills from our sponsors, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in 30.
What happened was a machine came down, clamped both of my hands down, and had removed 6 digits. I was in a bad situation. I didn't know what else to do, and I know I needed some type of help, so I called a G law firm. They gave me confidence throughout the whole case that everything was going to be fine. They are not only lawyers, but they are family. Call the G Law firm. I did.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you to the G Law Firm. If you've been injured and no fault of your own, then contact the G Law Firm. You know the number 804-226-4111. Y'all ready for this tonight?
Yeah, let's go.
And man, the comments are coming in already. Want to let you all know you can put your comments in. We can see you. Let me show you what we're doing tonight. What's up, Mr. Perry McDonald? In the
What's
house,
up,
we can
Pops?
see you. Yes, we got Miss
Yeah.
Pat Adams in the house. Appreciate you. She was on site with us on last week. We're gonna be talking a little bit about that.
Yes.
Yes,
Hey,
also
Mama.
we got
Oh,
Terrence.
what's up, Uncle Terrence?
You got kinfolk in the house tonight.
You already
Yeah,
know.
look
They
at we.
tapping in.
So anything y'all put up there, y'all want us to see, let us know because we're actually in 3 different places right now, physically and also on the show. We're on our Let's Talk Tuesday page. We're on the Cruise Inc. Radio 102.8 Facebook page, and we're also on our YouTube page. So anybody call you, hey, how can I check you out? They can go right now to our Cruise Inc. Radio 102.8 YouTube TV channel. So we covered all the bases. So
Okay.
Shauna V, where you at tonight?
I'm in VA, man. I'm chilling.
You in
I'm
the
in
VA?
VA.
All right.
Yeah, I'm in VA.
What up? What up? What up?
Yeah.
Miss AK, where you at? She don't know.
AK making moves. AK making moves, man.
She
I know you purposely put me on the spot. That's okay.
Huh?
we
I'm
love the
here.
brick. We love the
I'm
brick
here.
background. Wherever you are, we love it. You know?
Right. It is cute.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't know where I am either.
Don't
I
help
could
him, Sharon. Do not help him.
I'm
Don't help him.
I'm somewhere. I don't know where I got this background. I don't know where I am. I'm just here. Hey, everybody, man.
I am somewhere very beautiful, though. I would say that I'm somewhere very, very beautiful right now. We're going to leave that right there.
So,
I love it. Okay.
no, seriously, we really appreciate everybody being here. We still gonna give you a great show. We're gonna do a recap and talk about last week before we get into our main topic tonight, which is elevation. Everybody can't go with you. You know, we're gonna talk about how some people latch on, some people want to go, some people want to hold you back. Some people just want to get a piece of the action, don't want to bring nothing to the table. All that is some of the stuff that we're going to be
Right.
talking about tonight.
Right.
Want to let you know again, the phone lines are open 804-601-0281. If you have a comment, feel free to let us know and we will bring you on in. Oh, wait a minute, we got somebody down in
Oh,
Orlando.
Orlando.
Big O.
Okay.
Welcome, Walter, to
I
the
see
show.
that.
Certainly appreciate you checking in with us. And you can let us know where you are as well. Just type it into the comments there, and we will make sure we put it up. All right, who wants to start off talking about last week? Ooh, mercy, Lord have mercy. About last
Well, I
week.
want to clear up a couple of things that were sent to my DM from
Okay.
last week.
All right.
Okay, so
She's fixing the pillow, y'all. So
I
y'all
guess
get ready.
so everybody knew I got emotional on the last week's show because of a kid that was in the studio. And so my DM kind of blew up. Like, it was like, comments were made like stuff is going on in my life. So let me just clear up something. And the reason why my DM blew up is because of a comment that was made on the show when I walked off the show. Okay, so a comment was made off the show, and it gave the people an impression that I had some stuff going on in my life. So I'm not going to repeat the comments that people said to me. Some were very kind, and then some was like, oh, I'm sorry that you're going through. I'm not going through nothing. So let's just get that straight, okay? So we're going to get that straight tonight. I'm not going through nothing. I didn't go through nothing through my childhood. I did not go through anything through my marriage. I did not go through absolutely nothing. So, you know, you guys had stories to tell. I don't have those kind of stories to tell because nothing went on in my life. So because the comment was made when I walked off the set, my DM blew up. So I'm correcting everything that was said. People need to understand I have not ever been abused. I grew up in a family of my mom and my dad. I did not go without, even though I feel like I grew up poor and not po. So I'm just saying that people took a comment and they ran with it. So I'm not sure why you took the comment that someone made and ran with it, but it wasn't necessary. So for that, all I'm saying is I appreciate some of the comments that was in my DM, but some of the comments were not necessary that was in my DM. I just want everybody to know I didn't go through anything in my life. You know, so I have not had an abusive boyfriend. I have not, you know, go ahead.
When you say anything, you pretty much you're referencing you didn't go through anything traumatic. That's what you're
Nothing
saying,
traumatic in
correct?
my life.
Yeah, I
And
just want to clear that up because I know we all have our own life experiences. I don't want people to just think, oh, you never went through anything ever. Like you never went through anything
I
traumatic.
haven't, nothing traumatic, but I was going to get there.
Yeah.
I haven't gone through
Oh,
anything
okay.
traumatic in my life
Because
through
you
my
know people
house
take
growing
stuff out of
up,
context.
growing up in my home, my marriage, after marriage, with a boyfriend, none of that. None of that. And because of the comment that was made, because I walked off stage behind a kid, because I got upset behind a child that was going through something that I just got emotional. And I'm telling you, my DM was just flooded. And some of the comments, like I said, you know, I get it because you piggyback on what was said. So
Okay.
we all have to be mindful of what we're saying because no one knows how I feel or how I felt at the moment when everything was going on. So just because I got emotional means nothing was going on deep in my life or nothing went on in my past because that wasn't the case. But if you could see my DM, it was absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
It was ridiculous. So,
Okay.
you know, just because I start crying on the show don't mean I got something going on. That's all I'm saying. Don't nobody put no words and put nothing on me that's not there. Your tongue
Right.
is a powerful tool. So all I'm saying is we all have to be careful what we say when we're making comments about each other. So
All right.
Absolutely.
I just want to clear that up.
All right. And you got the white cup. You ain't grabbed the red cup.
I've been sipping on this cup right here for about like the last 45 minutes or so. This cup right here is potent.
I bet.
So
Just in case you missed, last week we were talking about unspoken, the black man's trauma, and we had Dr. Cedric McCall from the psychology department of Virginia State University. You know, come on, Tony, you put me on that one.
I'm cracking up because that came out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah, you know. Okay.
Yeah,
Trojans. I love my
that's
fellow
right.
Trojans.
Absolutely. I think it's.
Homecoming week. Yes.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, it is homecoming week down there, and I think they have Bowie State is who they're playing. Um, and again, we want to take a moment and send our prayers to Bowie State and also the other um, HBCU that was impacted by shooting. We've had a couple of them. As somebody came, Morgan State, Morgan
Mhm.
State and Bowie State. To the faculty, staff, students, everybody in that area. Our prayers are with you all. And, we're getting into this nonsense again, with these, shootings at the school and universities and what have you. So everybody be careful,
Yeah.
definitely. So we were talking about the black man's trauma. And tonight, some of the brothers you get a chance, they go Big Will in the house. Big
What's
Will,
up, Big Will?
no doubt. We hope that you all were. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because we're going to hopefully come back and visit this subject. But it became extremely emotional last week. Again, we had a young man that was in the studio, and shout out to his grandmother for bringing him, and then shout out to him for opening up. This young man had a tremendous what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all help me out. What word
A
would
breakthrough?
breakthrough?
Yeah. Well, basically, he revealed some things that was going on in his life, that he had not revealed prior to his grandmother and prior to any type of, support in regards to therapy or resources. So it was just a very phenomenal moment to witness him, have being able to release. I'll say that being able to release, and being able to express himself, and speak his truth to his grandmother about what was really going on, with him and with his environment and even with school, things like that. Um, so to make that kind of impact and to kind of create that space, even though, it was unintentional, but again, we always are creating a safe space for our viewers, for our guests, but we had no idea that that situation would unravel the way it did. But I honestly feel like it was a blessing that it did because he wasn't speaking about what was really going on to anyone, including his grandmother. And I feel like that night she was able to get a better understanding of him and what's going on. And that's a
Absolutely.
great place to start, you know?
AK, what
Okay,
are your
okay.
what are your sentiments on last Tuesday?
On last Tuesday,
Yes.
please put everybody back on screen for me, please. Yeah. So last Tuesday, I guess it was a breakthrough for this kid, especially for grandma. Because
Yeah.
I feel for her. Um, I'm not the one to speak on that because it's really still bothering me with this child and everything that's going on with this kid. I just believe he needs a mentor in his life. And he needs a father figure in his life. He needs some positivity. It's like, and grandma is doing a lot. And I believe grandma is doing a lot by herself, and it's really, really hard for her. It's really, really hard for her. And she's gone through some stuff with him, just him and her together. So we're happy for the breakthrough, but we know there's still work to do. And there's
Oh
still a
yeah.
lot of work to do. And we all committed ourselves with this kid last week that we're going to be there as well. So we're going to definitely keep our word on what we say we're going to do on our end. So just if grandma is watching, I think she's watching, that just know that, you have that support from us three, and that we're planning on picking this baby up, and we're gonna go out and show some love, and we're gonna do some things. So, I just feel like he needs a mentor, like a constant mentor in his life, because grandma is not gonna be able to do a lot of things that a man needs to do in this young boy's life, or teach him and show him and talk to him about. So, but we're happy for the breakthrough. But we know
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
there's still it's still work has to be done. So
Yeah.
we just got to keep this family informed because there's still a lot going on.
Yeah. Definitely need to keep them in prayers. I've been in contact with the grandmother today, checking on him and seeing, about his progress. Because, like I said, last Tuesday was phenomenal, but the work must continue. A
Hmm.
lot of times we are ready to celebrate as well. We should celebrate and praise, but yet we just can't drop them off right there. And so
Right.
we're committing to making sure that we follow up with some of the things that we said. I did talk to Dr. McCall. He indicated whatever he needs to do, he's on board with it. So this is what we need more of, in my opinion, because we got a lot of young men, we got a lot of black men that are filled with rage, that are filled with hurt, that are filled with a lot of things. And they're like this young man, not able to articulate or feel safe articulating. That's one
Mhm.
of the key points because when you, as a man, start opening up and talking about certain things, then you show some vulnerability, and
Right.
that vulnerability, it can be positive or it can be negative. And a lot of times, especially African American men, find being vulnerable in an open space that's not a safe space can be even more traumatizing than what they're already going through. I want some of the men out there. I want you guys to comment on this as well as we talk about this trauma. How can we start to break this cycle of not being able to communicate with the people around us that care about us, so that we can start to heal? Because we have a nation to lead. Our women are doing, you ladies, kudos to you all. Y'all doing a fantastic job, but still, there are some things, and this is not to slight the women. There are some things, and if you disagree with me, that's fine. That women cannot teach a young boy. That women
Correct.
cannot teach a man. You know, just like there'd be some things that I couldn't teach my daughter. It needed a woman, because I don't know anything about a menstrual cycle. I don't know anything about, when you start to develop your breast and stuff like that. I have no clue. I can only talk about, from a man's point of view. So, again, uh, ladies, I will ask this question. We're going to move on a little bit here. Men, I'd like for you to either call in or comment. How can we start to break this cycle of where, because hurt people. The reason a lot of men hurt women, because they're hurting. And I kind of stick to that. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I mean, for me, I actually I agree. I really do. I agree. And I feel like it's um both women and men. It's all of our responsibility to do our inner work and our healing, you know, so that we don't continue that pattern of hurting others that we encounter, whether it's we're not ready, whether it's defense mechanisms, whether it's just misplaced anger or rage. It's just the fact that we need to dig deep and do the work for that inner healing to just stop these patterns of behavior and these cycles. Um, yeah, and I think
AK?
it starts with
Uh,
therapy too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see? I'm gonna read Big Will's comment. It says, "When you're
Oh,
young and allow yourself to be vulnerable, people use it against you. It's tough for young men."
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen.
Well, it happens every day.
Yeah.
Honestly, we don't talk about it, but again, these are things. You're right. Even growing up playing football and stuff like that. If
Mhm.
you got hurt or something like that, you didn't. You had to tough it out. And I recall even my son. I will always tell him, that this is a tough world, and you have to be tough. And even now, when I look back on that, telling him that at such a young age, uh, you know, was that realistic? Was that really realistic? Yes and no, because you
Mhm.
want him to be able to navigate life and understand that people are going to do some hurtful, nasty things, and you can't fold up and crawl up in a corner somewhere, but yet you can't be so tough and put in a place where you have no feelings or compassion as well. So it's a balancing act. It really
Very
is.
much so. It's a delicate dance, as I would say. Yeah.
Big Will, great comment, man. You're right.
Thank you, Big Will.
I think that's one of the biggest fears right there, is that we don't want to be vulnerable because we are afraid that somebody's going to use that against us. And man, all you have to do is have one argument with a sister, and here it comes.
Right. Everybody say it ain't just a sister. It can be any woman, any man or woman that you vulnerable with. They can, because you actually giving them somewhat to a degree. You kind of giving them some ammunition by being vulnerable, but it's also coming with a level of trust and a level of bonding too. But if they misuse that, yeah, all you got is one.
Yeah,
I know not to say too much again.
you're right. You shut
You know what I'm
down.
saying? So you
AK,
better make it right.
I don't recall getting my drink, AK.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we normally have
That
our
thing should have been on the table before we could start it live. What's wrong with you? Shauna, what you drinking?
Ginger ale.
see, y'all supposed to make sure that everybody had the same thing on their table. AK, you normally take care of it, but I understand.
Well, I'm not drinking no damn ginger ale right now. Let me just tell you that.
Uh, we got some more
She got
comments
on the starters.
coming in. Oh, somebody mixing a drink right now. Let's see. Terrence said, "That's real talk, especially to the ones that you're close to." Absolutely,
Yeah.
and it's and men do that. We do the same thing. If women are vulnerable to us, we will turn around and use that same mechanism to try to downgrade or break you or whatever. So
Manipulate.
yeah,
Yeah.
manipulate. Y'all got
Yeah.
some more words? I know y'all got a whole dictionary of words for us.
Gaslight. No, I'm playing. I ain't even gonna keep going. Let me sip.
Wait, I can't show the ball because I'll be highlighting some brand. But anyway, I'm about to sneak over here and do a commercial break and get me some.
Mm-mm.
No doubt. Um, man, y'all
So I
make me
have a
thirsty
question.
doing that.
Whatever. So as a man, what do you feel like um is needed from women in regards to create, like creating that safe space or creating that opportunity for that man to feel comfortable really tapping into his vulnerable side or that his emotions or whatnot altogether. Is it something that you think is missing on our end that doesn't cultivate a space for them to feel to kind of reverse the narrative a little bit?
I think honest, you all have to be a little bit more patient because again, uh, I knew. No, seriously, a little bit more patient because it's not always easy for us to talk about, especially things in our past.
Mm,
We don't want to admit that some other, uh, lady damaged us to the point where we were balled over in a corner and weak. All those things. We put up facades. That's what I want to say. We put up a facade to make sure that we can't get hurt. That
okay.
Superman macho image. So I would say listen to us, not necessarily the things that we're saying, but the things we're
Hmm.
not saying.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. So just be more in tune and be patient.
Yeah, guys, I want to get you all's opinion because I can't speak for every guy. So please
Mhm.
feel free to chime in. Appreciate that, brother Terrence. That affirmation and everything. AK, you look like you're in deep thought. Come on with it, girl. Let us have it.
I am not in deep thought. I am not in deep thought. I'm good.
You good? Dang, I just can't.
I'm
I can't mess with you no kind of way tonight, boy. I was trying to rock you there.
You
I
know
was.
how
I'm
y'all do.
good. I'm good.
I can't even. I can't even reach over and push you tonight.
If you want to. So
Yep. No
It's
doubt,
good.
for sure. But no, again, uh, ladies, I got a question for you all. In
Hmm.
terms of this, how do we set the stage to talk to you all about our trauma? Because again, there has to be a welcoming environment. So how do you all prepare to receive what we have to say?
Are y'all even
For,
are y'all even talking for real? That's the question.
so you're saying like it, you're saying in reference to creating a safe space with somebody he's dating or really dealing with, or just in general,
I'm
But
talking
are they
about.
even talking though?
Said it
like
again,
dating?
AK.
Yeah, like dating.
No, are they even trying to talk?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
That's a good question.
right.
Well, in order for us to get to that point to talk, we got to feel safe enough to talk.
What do
And
you mean
you
safe
all have,
enough to talk? I don't understand. What does safe enough to talk mean?
meaning that we feel that we can come to you all and again
Not
be
be
open,
judged.
be vulnerable, without getting some
Yeah.
backlash and a lot of that knick knack, patty whack, all that old stuff.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So for me, um, one of the things I've done is I'm just opening up front from the jump. Like, don't shy away from the tough conversations. What I'm looking for is somebody who's gonna keep it real, gonna be honest, gonna be transparent, because I look to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm also taking a stance where I'm not coming off as judgmental. I honestly just want you to be your authentic self and tell me either what you're feeling, how you feel, or your thoughts in general about, certain things, or even if it comes down to you disclosing what you've been through with your trauma. So I think that really is the main thing for me, just cultivating that safe space and just expressing. Like, you got to communicate. Hey, I need to know what's going on with you. I would love to know more about you. I would love to learn more about you. Um, you know, and just kind of like leave it open with that. Like, I'm not here to judge you or what you've been through, but the only way I can learn and understand you is through communication. It's through transparency. It's through vulnerability. Otherwise, I don't know what the heck going on. I'm looking at the representative, or like you said, the facade. I'm trying to get past that.
AK, I'm gonna read Terrence's comments, and I'd like for you to chime in on that. He says he's been down that road, and it will make a brother not want to
Hmm.
open up because of lack of trust. What do you think
Hmm.
about that statement?
What do you mean? Who's the lack of trust? Hold on. What did he say? I can't see now. I
He's,
don't have no damn glasses on. What did he say?
he is saying that he's been down that road or trying to be open and vulnerable, and how receptive you all to that will make a brother not want to open up because of lack of trust. If we get any type of feeling that you all are not listening to us or even trying to understand us, then we shut down. Basically, is what he's saying.
That sounds about right. He's about right. He's right about that. That sounds about right. I don't have an answer for that because he's right on that. So whoever his partner is, if they're not receptive to what he's trying to say, you know, with some kind of compassion and trying to listen to what he's trying to say, he or if that woman comes back, kind of foul and a little nasty and being a smart ass, then yeah, the guy's gonna shut down. So yeah, he's right about that.
Why do y'all get nasty and sarcastic
I don't
and
know
just
why they do cruise.
okay? I'm sorry. Let
I
me
don't
let
know why
me
they
let
go.
me not.
I don't know why
Right.
they do.
Don't
Okay.
try to set us up with a generalization.
Damn, I couldn't even open up and say that. Now let me stop. I got the arrow and the shotgun. No, seriously. All right. Go ahead, Sonny. You read this one. Big Will's comment.
Um, it's hard because when I say this is how I feel, then you turn it around and say, tell me exactly what you're hinting at. I told you I don't really mean, hold on. I'm told you don't really mean that you mean this. So why even bother? Okay, now I see what he's saying. All right. So
Yeah.
he's saying he's telling the truth, being honest, and then women have looked at it like that ain't what you really mean. That ain't what you really trying to say, or type of things like that. So it's like, man, whatever. Why even say anything? If you're not gonna believe what I'm telling you about how I
Right.
feel, yeah, or what I'm expressing. So I can,
Right.
I mean, yeah, he's that's another key point. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being open and say, okay, this is what's going on with us, and then it gets flipped on us, or like, nah, you're lying to us, you're not being totally upfront with us, or whatever, then we're gonna like say, what the hell with this?
Mm,
We tried to come to you, and again, that adds to more of that trauma because now we just tried to come to somebody that we love, appreciate, and I want to get some honest feedback, and then we're getting that again, that cold, non-receptive. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit type of stuff.
well, pause because I also want to say it does depend on what pretty much I'm not gonna just necessarily say the timing, but I'll give this example. For instance, if you know you are not being accountable for your behavior and some things that you've done, and or you know you put this woman through the ringer and she has a reason to question some of what you're saying or has a reason to doubt some things that you are saying or how you say you feel, or if it's a point where she calls you out on some things and now you want to all of a sudden be open and honest, it triggers us too. Because you have some women who have been asking from the jump for the transparency, for the honesty, and creating a safe space and trying to be, add to your piece. And then you have some men who just take advantage of that or run all over that. And then when it hits the fan, they want to please every please and be all emotional. So some women have experienced that, myself included. So at some point when it happens, it can leave a woman jaded to think, oh, now you want to talk? Now we want to have these full blown conversations when I've been trying to talk to you for how long? Or I've been trying to have a resolution or understand you and I got nothing but the brick wall. So now that I'm fed up, you want to be so expressive. So sometimes that hinders a woman from being fully receptive. You get what I'm saying?
Well, and I hear what you're saying, but you gotta understand. We gotta understand to a certain extent. Men are slow, so sometimes because they're slow, Shauna, when it's time for them to start having that conversation and we don't listen, I still think we still need to listen. I have to give these brothers some credit when it comes to that because
Mm,
they don't do stuff in our time. They're not going to do stuff when we want to do it. They're not going to say stuff
yeah,
when we want them to say,
right,
unfortunately. So I
right.
see why some women feel that way, but when they do come, and
Yeah.
it's sometimes it may be too late. Sometimes it's like you didn't now pissed us off or whatever the case may be, but we still got to stop, just take a step back and just listen to
Hmm.
what they have to say. Because I already told you, men slow. They
Oh
slow.
damn! You about
They
to
be doing
light the
that dumb
fire?
stuff.
See,
So,
Yeah. But it makes it
so when they
hard
do
on the
come,
guys that are honest. Yeah. It makes it hard for the guys that are honest and really mean what they say and trying to really be vulnerable from the jump without all without basically for the guys that are being genuine and vulnerable and not trying to manipulate. Sometimes for some women who have already been jaded and played, it makes it a bit difficult to be receptive once we're triggered. That's all I'm saying. And I'm also coming from a place where the next man should not have to pay for the X man, which is why I say everybody got to do their healing.
I will go back to my sister because I'm going to switch her around. What do you mean we slow?
Well, someone told me to stop saying dumb. So, you guys, sometimes y'all be making some dumb moves, man. And we do too. Don't get me wrong. We do too as well. But y'all are way slower than we are.
That could be subjective, though.
Us women play this game of life in this relationship way better than you guys. That just is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. And can't nobody even put a comment out there and tell me I'm wrong. Because I'm not wrong when it comes to this game of life and relationship. We're just better at it, period. Okay, but I'm still saying to give these brothers some credit when they do come all late. We just got to sit back. We got to listen to it. Somebody trying to call in, Cruz.
No, somebody said you wrong.
Well, they can
somebody that's like Cruz said it.
We got another channel say you're wrong. They say, can we get a third channel? We got a third channel.
I don't care how many people say you're wrong.
You are hilarious for that.
You want me to count the votes again?
I could not tell how many votes it is what I'm trying to say to you. I'm trying to give these brothers a little bit of credit when they're coming late. Because Shauna already told them when y'all come late why we're reacting the way we're reacting. So I'm at least saying, even if they come late, we still need to sit back and listen to what they have to say. Because maybe at that time when we wanted them to say something or come clean, they wasn't ready. They just wasn't ready. That's what I mean when I say slow.
Yeah, we process things different. We're not slow. It just kind of because we have to.
Okay, well, fine. Well, fine, Cruz. I'm gonna give you the damn word process. Y'all process things different. Okay, we'll take back slow. Y'all just process things really slowly. What about that?
I'm about to throw a finger sign at you. You think I went slow on that one? How about that one? I caught that shade.
Even though you guys come like so much later, I mean, some women is like, the hell with y'all at this point. Y'all ain't coming when we wanted
you. That's what I'm saying. Right.
But I understand some men, like he say, process things differently. Yeah. They think about things. They think about one side of the head, they only think, and the other side is not working. And we've said this. So because y'all process things so differently, I still think at that time when you guys do come and want to have that conversation, we need to be receptive to it. That's what I'm saying.
Uh-oh. My brothers ain't taking that very good tonight. They say when you say slow, that's when the door closes, especially when you're trying to be honest. So the brothers
they're making comments not based on what Shauna is saying. They're making a different kind of comment. Shauna already put out why we are doing what we're doing, why we are pissed off about the situation. So they need to go back and listen to what you're saying if you just got on the show. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's time for a commercial break.
Oh my God. But Cruz, for instance, one of the common things we see, for instance, and I think that this was just like a scenario even on what is Strawberry Letter or something. But where a guy may just be out cheating, running the streets, doing what he want to do, and then all of a sudden he realizes whatever hit the fan, he about to get exposed, he about to get caught up. And in this particular situation it was almost like, I love my family. My family is my everything. I don't want to lose them. Once he realized that everything he was doing was going to get exposed. So now that's the please every please. And my family is my everything. However, when you out in the streets and you were, being a womanizer and running through all these women, you weren't thinking about your wife. You weren't thinking about your family. So it's like on those instances when all of a sudden the man wants to be so vulnerable and transparent and just want to, can we talk? Can we talk? These are the instances that I'm talking about where a woman is now like, nah, bro, no, I'm not really there. It's hard for a woman to be receptive especially in those situations, or who has been through those situations, because we're like, okay, we're already feeling defensive, we feeling like betrayed. It's like it's a number of things. So when men choose those moments, all of a sudden want to talk about how they feel, what they've been through, it's like, no. No.
Well,
No,
I'm
once
on
again, slow. That's what I mean when I said slow.
because I'm not in the studio. I ain't got to worry about that one right there trying to hit me. Uh, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you. Listen carefully. A lot of times we talked about trauma. The reason that we're out there a lot of times because y'all don't cause that damn trauma. You're
I
nagging all the
disagree.
time. You don't do half the things that we ask you to do. It's always some flip-flop stuff when we ask you to do something. And then you listen to your girl that don't have a man, period, giving you advice. So damn well, y'all traumatizing the hell out of us.
I disagree. All I'm gonna say is that has not been my situation.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
That has
What's a
not been
nice
my
topic?
situation.
And what is the nice
But
topic? I'm done. I'm done with you, Cruz. What's tonight's topic?
oh
we'll go
my
to the
god.
next. We'll go to the
We
next
said
topic,
we did
right?
traumatize them,
Wait a
Shauna.
minute. We're gonna
Yes.
read Big Will's
Yeah,
comments
yeah,
and
he
then
triggered. When men respond quickly, it's always the wrong answer. So speaking quickly or responding right away, you're going to be wrong most of the time. Ooh, Big Will.
and then
Wow.
based on my summation here, Big
He
Will
said,
agreed
right.
with it.
What about the men who have had a good woman and she wasn't the cause of all that, but you couldn't stop your patterns of behavior because you was leading with lust and you was letting your mm,
Probably
little
because you
head
tried to
make decisions,
you
making
probably tried to act
decisions.
like his mama, and a lot of us been traumatized by our mamas. And so
Nah,
when
then
y'all
that
go,
ain't us.
when,
That ain't on us.
it is when you
If you
try to,
traumatized by your mom, that ain't on us.
yeah, because if I done told you my mom did ABCD, and then you come back with ABCD, that's a total disregard for what I've told you. And so now you're putting more trauma on top of trauma.
Mm-mm.
I told you I
Okay,
was gonna
Cruz,
get you on that.
you
Wait
he
a
need to
trying
minute.
to
go
run
somewhere.
with it, AK.
You need to sit all the way down with that comment. Sit all the way down with it.
I know.
Moving on.
He picked
Okay?
the wrong. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm
No.
just saying. I'm just saying there is a time and a place for women, especially when you want to come and be vulnerable and transparent. When we create that space, it's always there. But if you choose to use it when we got a foot and a half out the door, we that space and closed up a bit.
I
You
should
got
be
some other
playing
stuff
One
going
Monkey
on.
Don't Stop No Show right now. You got to keep on moving. That's why we be we and we're gonna switch subject right here on Big
Yeah.
Will's comment. Shauna, you picked the wrong one tonight, buddy.
He said you picked the wrong one, Shauna. And
That's
I would
right.
take that in my own context to say, in reference to those situations, yes, you're daggone right I did. In reference to those men in my past, way back when, who chose those moments to be transparent, yes, I picked wrong. Because I should have, yeah. If ain't I didn't know till I knew. So
Right.
going in, I didn't know that, but I chose wrong, and I would have been better choosing a man who wasn't leading with his representative and was going to treat me like the queen I am from the jump and be
Yeah.
Well,
consistent.
you didn't know, Shauna, at the beginning
I
that you
didn't
chose
know.
wrong.
I didn't
So,
know. Not in
that
the
comment that
beginning.
you made, that didn't make no sense because she didn't
No.
choose wrong. She found this out after she got in.
Facts.
She's already in
Facts.
at that point.
Facts.
Yeah, y'all use that as a convenient excuse, but anyway, that's next show. Uh,
Oh my gosh.
that's right. Sit
I'm
back.
You
done with
just
you.
hold on, cause pause. Didn't you say, Cruz? Y'all put on a facade. Some
Mm.
men put on a facade to hide the trauma, to hide the promiscuity, to hide whatever. They put on
Yeah.
this. they put on a facade because they're not healed and they're not
Because
dealing with what's going on. So all I'm saying is sometimes the women fall for the facade, they fall for the mask, they fall for the representative, and
and you
stuff
know
hit the
what it
fan.
is? If we show you our bandage that we've been hurt and traumatized when it still got a little bleeding a little bit, you all will come and snatch that off the wound. You all are good for pulling the scab off when it's still haven't healed.
You
The
chose
mature
wrong.
corn ain't dried on it yet.
Then you chose wrong because I'm
Yeah.
not that woman. I'm that woman that's gonna mend and help that wound heal and help you get through it the best way I can. But you're not gonna bring me anything and everything thinking I'm gonna tolerate that at the same time.
And
I
I'm
have
not
my
going
boundaries and my limits too.
and I'm not going to show you my bandage because I don't know if I can trust you not to be there a nurturing person. Because I might be meeting your facade. I could be think I'm meeting Florence
Okay.
Nightingale when I got the witch from the dirty South.
Not the dirty South. Okay.
You should know
Speaking of
what you
Well,
had
Texas.
from the get-go.
So
time
what?
will tell.
You should know what you had from the get-go. From the beginning. You should know what you had from the beginning.
How we gonna know if we meeting your
That's like,
representative?
they can't call her no witch now. You ain't
She was a witch in disguise.
That's like y'all facade. Yeah. What about the nice gentlemen who open doors and pay the tab and finesse you and wine and dine you and they turn out to be a dog?
Because you all did something to bring back that trigger of trauma.
No, because you looked at us like a number and not as the queen we are from the jump. That's why. Because you wanted to add us to your roster instead of man up and treat us like the queen we are.
Like the chick, you're right. Like the chick you
Like the
all are.
queen that we are. So don't do that.
We
Because some
treat
of us
queens like
is
queens,
different.
but we treat chicks like chicks.
You know what? Go
Time
ahead,
for
Cruz.
commercial break.
I agree, Shauna. It's just bad people out there, men and women. Yes, Big Will. I agree. And I think people just need to be more transparent and upfront, especially when it comes to what you want. Like I'm at this day and age, I'm like, don't waste my time. What are you looking for? If you're not looking for XYZ, you're not looking for marriage, you're not looking for a commitment, you're not looking for a relationship, just say that. Don't waste my time if you know that's what time I'm on. If you're looking for just a hangout buddy, if you're looking for somebody who just friends with benefits, speak your piece. So we can just start wasting each other's time.
Yeah, so all of
But
this
yeah,
can be resolved from the beginning.
right,
Just exactly what
very
she said.
beginning.
All of this can be resolved from the beginning. So we wouldn't even be walking around here calling y'all slow.
It's not
Mask
slow,
off.
ma'am. It's a different methodology of processing.
Pat said, come say it with your chest. Right, Pat. I'm just saying, let's keep it real, save some time.
It is now 8:24 here in the Cap City, and it is 61 degrees outside. And I hope that you having a wonderful day. Tomorrow is going to be sunny and 70 degrees, and we'll be right back after this commercial.
Oh my God.
Every day I look in the mirror looking back at me. I say a girl so full of life, she just wants to be up on me. Learn how to guide my heart, love and still think smart, 'cause hurt you can't foresee. Now I know that I'll go on and be okay. All these memories, part of my history. I can't be stuck in yesterday. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Oh, let it go and be free. I've been through some things, now it's gonna change. No more crying as of today. I'm letting it go, don't wanna hold on no more. I'm free. I'm captured no more. I want my dreams that were stolen and washed away but never showed up on this shore. I'm breaking the bondage that was built here. I'm moving on. Create a new life and show the world a new me, a stronger me. Heard your time expired a long time ago. It's time for me to walk away. Oh, I am free.
The first thing that you need to do is to make sure you get yourself to as safe place as you can. Find yourself a competent attorney who practices in personal injury and will understand some of the things that you're going through. And as I tell people, for 33 years I've been doing this. I've had my own accident. So I would like to be one of those individuals that they would interview so I can at least try to find out how I can best help them myself.
All right, everybody, we back.
All right. Go Cruz.
That was Beth. I Want to Be Free. Another one of our featured artists on Cruising Radio 102.8. And we've had a spirited discussion here, and I would say very spirited, but it's all, and some of it is fun, some of it is inspirational, and some is to make sure that we're helping somebody because, again, there are a lot of men out here that are suffering in silence. And so this was an opportunity to talk about some of those things. All right, we switching gears here for the next part of our show. It is 8:30 p.m. here in the Cap City, and we're going to be talking about elevation. Everybody can go. Uh, Start us off, Scott.
Right. So basically, we're looking at these instances where, you may have those back in the day childhood friends who, or college friends or whoever, just friends along a certain phase of your life or a phase in your journey where, as you elevate and you realize y'all kind of either grown on two different pages, you may have grown apart, or they still see you for the person that you used to be and not the person you've elevated to be. So I just wanted to kind of touch on those subjects because I feel like majority of us have been through similar situations where we probably can name at least one or two people where we like, man, we thought we would be locked in for life with them and do life with them, and that's it. It just hey, it just wasn't the case. But you had to keep it moving. So that's how I'm gonna open it up.
AK, you're a professional woman and everything. Do you find sometimes that
Son, Cruz gonna get punched.
What? What?
Cruz is about to get punched.
see,
Oh my
that's why
gosh!
we have so much
You
in
next? You knew
common?
he was coming to you.
No, seriously. The reason I was asking this question because you are a
Business
woman that
owner,
continues to elevate and go
right?
to another level. Do you find sometimes that people, are just natural haters, or when they look at you, they see your success and then want to latch on to your success. How does that generally, play out for you?
No, I just believe in business, being a business owner. I believe that your haters watch you closer than anybody else. First of all, they watch your pages and everything that you're doing way closer than anyone else. Now, the folks that you trying to, your friends, I believe that my family and my friends is not who keeping me in business. I'm not saying that some of my family members don't use my business, because I can count on one hand what family members use my business, and I still got some fingers left. So, but it's not the people that keep you in business, but then you have your friends that sometimes I feel like you have some that may be trying to sabotage your business because they don't know what you're doing or want to try to be a part of what you're doing, and they can't be a part of what you're doing. They can't carry. You can't carry them. Sometimes you can't carry your friends with you with your business. I understand you can't carry your family with you in your business, but those are not the ones that supporting your business. So no, you can't carry them with you where you're going and where you're trying to go. And when it comes to friendship, sometimes some friends, it doesn't matter how long you've been friends with them. It's for a season. It is, sometimes if it's time to go, it's time to go. If you're headed in another direction and they don't understand where you headed, and you can't take them on that ride with you, then it's nothing wrong with you still being friends with them. They just can't go where you're going or where you're trying to go. Where you're trying to go. But you gotta sit back and just kind of evaluate friends, family, in your business and what you're doing. You can't carry them with you. You can't tell them everything that's going on with you. You can't tell them every move you're making. You just can't, because you cannot carry it. You can't carry it all on with you. You just can't. So that's why I always say everybody in business have to have a mentor. So I have a mentor in my business that will actually tell me the truth. He walks into my building and he was like, you better go fix this. You better fix this. Why is this not some kind of tape on the stairs? You need to say something and watch your step. He's going to boom, 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 boom. Somebody else who may know the same thing come in my building ain't saying nothing. So they're not trying to make sure I'm always good in that business. So I always have a mentor, and I have a mentor that's not broke. I have a mentor that's running a business. I have a mentor that has a business. I have a mentor that's know what he's talking about, that's giving me the business plan and what to do, what not to do, and is going to tell me the truth whether I like it or not. So you can't carry everybody with you, in what you're trying to do. You just can't. But I do support. Now, I will say this, because I talk about a lot of folks on my show that I do support. Cynthia Coleman, who is one of my photographers for Pictures for All Occasions, she's always supporting what I'm doing. We support each other. Red Red's Boutique. I mean, my girl Flo with the bumper cars. Shauna's in my building doing my house photography, my DJs. So these people that actually support me, that we stick together. We have to stick together, because really we all we got right now.
Right.
Because there's so many people want to be a Shauna. They can't be Shauna. So, and I support who I'm going to support, and that's going to be it. But I'm going to tell you, my biggest supporters are strangers. It's people I don't even know. I don't even know. Because your friends and family that's trying to hang on to the coattail and trying to ride with you, I give free tickets to this and this and this and this. I'm not calling family members giving free tickets to somebody. I call people that actually supported my business that I'll call because I can't go to the Charlie Wilson show, that's going to the Charlie Wilson show in a few days, that I just gave tickets to. So you just can't carry them because they're not supporting you. So what do you do with people that's not supporting your business that you can't carry with you? What do you do with that?
That's a good question.
And your family and some of your friends that's trying to hang out with you because they think you're getting something, or you're going somewhere, or you headed in a certain direction, and they're trying to hang out with you, and they can't go with you. Mm-hmm. What do you do with that?
That's
love
a good
it from
question.
a distance. I would love you from a distance. and keep elevating, because I feel like if I feel like you know, I'm living in my purpose, I'm living in my truth, I'm doing something that I feel like, you know, I'm divinely guided to do. I can't let one person, two people, whatever, stop me from what I feel like is destined for me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be okay with releasing people, understanding, hey, it ain't no bad blood, there's no ill will,
Mm-hmm.
but you know what I'm saying? We, a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest, it may not even require a conversation. It just, distance does what it does. They realize, dang, I ain't hung out with Angie in like, dang, it's been a year. You know what I'm saying? They watch it, they not saying too much, or it's very sporadic. They realize they ain't in that inner circle no more. So sometimes, like you said, I'm a firm believer in seasons as well. Sometimes they realize, dang, we just ain't as tight as we used to be, or that season is up. Other times, if it's a little tighter than that, it may be a conversation for somebody that's trying to like constantly bring up what you used to do, or how you used to be, or how you used to act. Then that may cause for a conversation like, hey, I get it, but you not seeing me for who I am right now. And I don't like that. Period. Like I don't like that. And if you can't see me for the place I'm in now and the growth that I've made right now, then I'm not sure we can continue this journey together, as tight as we've been.
It still baffles me, and you know that the people you expect to support you, as you indicated, AK, they don't.
Mhm.
But they be the first one when you go prime time. They want to have their hand out, want to ask you for something, want a job, but they don't want to get down and grind with you. You know, I don't, and I won't say it's necessarily a culture thing, but when I look at Asians, they grind. They open up multiple Chinese restaurants. Want to come over here, and they get into these buy groups, and they build and they get power and influence. Same
Mhm.
way with if you ever noticed the Hispanic community.
Latinos, yeah, Latinos too. They very family oriented. They stick together. I mean, I'm talking about carpooling, talking about putting each other on with jobs. Living together, even if
Right.
it's temporarily to the other people get their money up. Yeah, it's that bond is a little different. As far as a majority, like I feel like within their culture or race, like the majority, you see it consistently. Whereas it's kind of, from my experience, it's been kind of sporadic with our culture. You see it, some of us helping each other, but then we so quick to really have our eyes noticing the crabs in the barrel. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Oh, one come up, you trying to bring it back down instead of getting up, reaching back down, and bringing somebody up with you. They too worried about trying not to even let you get up to the top. You know what I'm saying? And like she mentioned before, sabotaging. You know, and I don't think people realize that as business owners, hell, we do that enough on our own sometimes. Especially starting out, we don't need we don't need anybody else, family, friends, whoever, doing that for us, because in the beginning, that grind is different. It's
Right.
different as you continue to elevate too, but just starting out, you already, a lot of people, myself included, we already second guessing, damn, what did I do? Was this a good move? Should I really have stepped out like this? So in the beginning, we can do a lot of the self sabotaging within our own business. So we don't need that other person or anybody from the outside trying to hang on and do that for us. Nah, we need all the encouragement, all the support we can get, so we can get back into that right mind frame of self belief, of grind, of hustle, of I'm gonna get it out the mud, or I'm gonna get it off strength of my own.
Right.
So it's different.
And see,
Yeah.
people they don't always see the behind the scenes stuff. They
Oh
see the
no.
finished product. When they walk into venue AK, they don't see all the time
Right.
that and just putting together balloons and
That
cutting
part.
chairs and sweeping the
Yep.
floor and mopping the floor. They don't see, the time you spend editing all of the
Right.
things that you do and the
Ooh,
driving you have to
child.
go and the tedious nature of people when they trying to get a photo and everything. They have no freaking clue of what I do
None.
every day behind the studio and when I'm having to stay up late at night to
Oh my
program
God.
a show or when I have to put
Yep.
stuff together. And then you have the audacity. All I ask you to do, or we ask you to do, is to give us a little bit of freaking support. We trying to take you with us. We trying to say,
Yeah.
okay, if we make it, guess what? I can give you a job. I can pay you. I
Yeah.
can do these things.
I could
But
put you
damn it,
on
you got to be
game.
on the grind with us. Don't
Yeah.
y'all get me started this evening on this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to be on the other end of the spectrum when it comes to the family dynamic because for me, my family pretty much is the bulk of my support. I'm, thankful, I'm just blessed. But I mean, I know a lot of people some of them rock with me, some of them don't. But when it comes down to it, you know, you can have thousands and thousands of followers, but what it boils down to is who actually going to put up the time, who actually going to invest. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool and all to want to show off, but at the end of the day, nah. Who are the ones that's going to show up? And go beyond clicking a like button or a friend button or whatever. So you got to look at that. And that's why I be like so pressed. Y'all know I'm quick to be like, oh no, I'm going to give them their flowers. I give people their flowers while they're here. I give people their love and their credit because they don't owe me nothing. You don't owe me anything. So for me to know, like you came out here for me to show love, you can't, you what? You could have been anywhere. You could have been doing anything. You came to my event, or you came to support me as I support somebody else's event. That is love. So
Just like I,
so shout out to my family
yeah.
and
And
my best friend.
shout out to the people tonight that watch us consistently over and over again that
Absolutely.
show
Let's
us
talk
love.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Our folks and all my
we
loves on my page. Follow all my social media platforms. Y'all know who you are. I love just pouring inspiration and stuff into them on a daily because, like I said, nobody owes you anything.
yeah,
So I don't take it lightly when somebody show up for me in any kind of capacity. Like I'm really grateful because it's real out here.
yeah, it is. And I want to say to you ladies publicly, I appreciate you all too.
Hey,
We have fun, and all that, but we put in some work. And this
yeah,
stuff, everybody, AK and I was talking about this. This is not scripted. When we come here, we come in real and raw. We ain't sit there,
fact.
and somebody have, somebody writing scripts for us or writing the next joke and everything. This stuff coming out the dome, man. So
It's life experience, man. We speaking what we know, what we've been through, and what maybe even what the next person too has been through. Because I'm a firm believer you don't have to go through everything personally on yourself. It's a lot you can learn from the next person too and their mistakes. If they willing to speak on it and help you learn from it, hey, that's game right there. That's wisdom. I don't got to make every
absolutely.
mistake in the world and know, ooh, don't do that. I've seen what happened when you robbed a bank. I see what happened when you steal a car. I don't gotta do all that stuff. No, baby, you ain't finna get me in that jumpsuit.
Miss Pat, we appreciate you too. In case,
Yes,
yeah, she's showing some love, Miss Pat Adams.
we
Appreciate
love it.
you.
Yes,
Again, the comments are flowing.
Big
Uh,
Will.
you know, I got to give a shout out also to the Cruise Inc. media team. I've had some people that's been rocking with me since 2010 when I first did this. 9 years, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
what you don't find everybody again. There's a scripture and I'm trying to remember, but it talks about if a man asks you to walk with him, walk a mile with him. If he asks you
woo.
for his coat, take it off your back and give it to him. Those real people. And I want to say to you two ladies, y'all real, man.
Thank you, King. Likewise, likewise. You hold it down for the fellas every week, and we have our shenanigans, but at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You always dropping gems, you dropping wisdom, and you always leave everybody with something to think about. And I just love that about us in general because we always try to end it on an empowering note, regardless of how much we joke. And we try to recap and reel it in because life is real out here, and everybody has their own battles and different things that they're going through. So we don't take it lightly for people to tune into our platform. And that's we always hoping that you walk away or you leave with something that that you gain something from something we said, or we always saying call in, y'all hit the comments if you disagree. So hey, y'all might be putting us on the game. We might be learning something. I'm like a sponge out here these days, just soaking up knowledge. Always been. So I'm always open to other people's opinion and stuff too. But yeah, we don't take it lightly, the support, and we don't take what you do either lightly, Cruz, as the male holding it down in the trio.
Yeah, because that be
Yeah.
y'all be on the brothers. No, seriously. AK, you mentioned earlier about having a mentor. In your opinion, when you're elevating, how many mentors should you have? Is there any number? Or it all depends on what you're trying to do. All right,
One.
one
One.
mentor.
Why do we have more than one?
I'm just asking. That was a general question. Because some people
One.
would,
Mhm.
try to get advice from over here and advice from over there, and have this person's opinion and that person's opinion. And you said one. Can you elaborate?
There's no way I'm gonna talk to one mentor over here and then go. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. To me that makes no sense. If somebody else want to have 2, 3 mentors, they go right ahead. But
Mhm.
I need the one
So
that's being real with me because I'm not sure 2 or 3 is. I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't do that. That's just me.
for me, it's multiple. Um, for the simple fact that I have a mentor that is basically teaching me the game and the ins and outs to a certain degree with photography. And it all depends on what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. For me, I don't have all my eggs in one basket. So I know that photography is a passion. It's something that I'm growing with on a daily. However, I also know that for me, I also have my degrees to fall back on when it comes to counseling. So before there was a photography mentor, there was a counselor mentor. There was a clinician that I learned from and appreciated and supervised. So, it just depends on what you're trying to do and where you at in your life. So I still have a very good rapport with my counseling mentor who's like, she in that realm, she's my go-to. I got questions, I got scenarios, whatever. I can't really, I'm not gonna say I can't, but it doesn't make sense for me to run to the photography mentor when I'm asking for counseling, mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
yeah,
then
but
another,
your mentor is based on your job that you're doing. That's what I'm talking
and
about.
that's okay, because I'm, oh yeah,
I hear what you're
that's what,
saying because I don't know what the photographer don't have a clue about your other job. So it has to be based on the job you're doing. I ain't got but one.
yeah, it's what you got going on. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not having but one. So in other words, I won't. The person I'm talking to is a millionaire, already have established many businesses and have many businesses going on. So I'm not going to go talk to another millionaire. Is what I'm saying to you. I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
going to
gonna
go
use
talk
them on in their
to anyone else.
capacity.
I'm talking to one person. I want one
Okay.
person to know all my ins and outs. I want one person to know all my business. I need to be honest with one person. I'm not going to be honest with multiple people. That's not what I want to do. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me
But I
let
It
think
me
what
also
you're saying,
depends on
that's a couple of different businesses, so that's a little different.
right, and it
yeah.
also
Yeah.
depends on the capacity for that person. So, this person might not be a millionaire for me. You know what I'm saying? So that may be a third element that I look at where I talk to somebody about finances. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not getting into all that with the clinician. I'm not getting into all that with the my photography. So
I hear
hey,
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but I'm going to
so
find the one.
oh, I
So
know,
I
right?
ain't going,
Cruz.
I'm not
I'm like
going to the
she
multiple
real
people.
blessed.
I'm going to
She
find the
real
one
blessed.
person that got what I'm trying. I'm going to find the one person that already have where I'm trying to go. I'm
Right.
Facts.
not going to find multiple people to trying to get to where all of them are.
Hey,
I'm not doing that. I just can't do.
everybody ain't
I
that
ain't got the
blessed. That's
energy.
all I'm
I ain't
saying.
got the damn energy to do all of that.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
some
That's
of
what
us
they
need the
for.
millionaire mentor. Some of us need the other capacity. She blessed because she found all in one. That's
I
all in
call
one
one,
inclusive.
and when I call, he coming. That's all I can tell
That,
you. When I call, he
hey,
coming.
Queen, you
So,
Now,
blessed.
yeah,
You,
you
I'm
know,
very
but
yeah.
blessed.
I'm getting ready to flip this a little bit and add a little spice, a little chili to
Oh
it.
my God.
How about those
Life related. Yes, bestie.
significant others, husband and wives that again, all of them can't always go to the next level with the a can.
Wait a minute, say that again?
I
I
got what you
I
okay.
said
I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him.
okay, when you're dealing with like husband, wives, significant others, do you have to leave them behind, or do you have to try to hitch a wagon on and hope they come on up the ladder with you?
Why y'all not elevating together? Or why is it not being supported that one person
Yeah,
elevating and then the other come up? You know what I'm saying? I feel like you gotta figure out how y'all plan to grow together. That's part of the game plan from the jump. If we a
yeah,
unit, if we together, we making the moves you making is the moves for us, not just for you. We a
exactly.
unit. So how you
You would
leaving me behind? And I'm gonna be a cheerleader and I'm gonna be trying to, elevate too. But if this your season to be up, then hey, I'm finna get the pom poms, and I'm also finna secure my bag and set the foundation for what I need to do too to elevate. But I'm not about to sit back and be resentful and feel like you leaving me. Nah, I'm trying to see what I could do to help you on your journey to still be supportive as a unit, and then also see where this aligns for both of us.
And you all are special women because, again, you all are going to be supported. But we see daily where, people start out on a journey and then somebody, is getting left
Hmm.
behind either through jealousy or they don't
Yeah,
understand the journey or,
the sacrifice.
right. Because a lot of the stuff that we do, if you don't have a supporting partner, when you put in the long hours at the venue,
Hmm.
when you having to go out and shoot different, you know, photos and stuff like that, or
Yeah,
when
events
I'm
and stuff.
away from the
Yeah,
house or whoever. That's not just us, but people got to understand that again, you don't get to the top without sacrifice.
facts,
And you're right, and you got to have somebody that understand that if I'm
facts.
out here grinding and I'm trying to elevate us, then the least you can do is not, put an albatross around my neck and try to hold me down or say I'm
Hmm.
gone. Now, if I'm out there screwing around, messing around, and ain't nothing being
Hmm.
done, there's nothing, no production going on. That's a whole different ball game. But if you see me coming in, and, we stacking, we doing this, we doing that, then shut the fuck up and ride.
I okay.
This is Cruise Inc. Media tonight. Ain't
Okay,
no FCC here.
okay. Well, I'm gonna say this on the flip side too. No, no, actually in agreement with you.
Wait a minute, hold
I
on.
ain't because wow. But all right. Okay. I'm gonna also say this. We can't be so focused on the bag that we forget what we cultivated too. And that's what I mean by having that game plan from the jump when you first start out. This is what it's gonna look like, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're trying to get at. But that does not mean you only see the money and you lose value and you lose that you sacrifice every ounce of quality time with your person either. That's not the type of sacrifice that I feel like we should be making to the T, to where it's like you understand and we neglect their feelings. We don't put in no time. I think we should have that, even if it's look on the second Sunday is me and you. I think we should still have that when we start out and we talk about where we going. We can't just neglect, because either way we human. We got needs. We got needs all the way to the point where they feel like they just non-existent, or they just gotta hang on. Nah, you still need to cultivate the relationship in your own way. It ain't gonna look like when how it is when y'all first started, maybe not. However, dedicate at least that day or block off a couple hours or something to know like we still got it. And I feel like that's healthy because we all trying to secure the bag, we all trying to grow, elevate, but at the same time, we need to learn self care. We need to learn when to sit our ass down too. And sometimes having that partner hold you accountable, be like, hey, you need a breather. Let's ride up to the beach a couple hours, or let's go eat dinner together. Let's actually go out and sit down and eat a dinner. Sometimes we need that person. I know for me to kind of reel it back in a little bit because I could go, 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 and I'm running on fumes. And ain't nobody like, hey, baby, take a day, chill. Because what am I offering when I ain't got nothing to give? When I poured everything I got. I'm not producing my best. I'm not showing up in the morning giving my all. I ain't got nothing to give. I need to sit down.
Well, like this.
Gotta
Hey,
recharge.
you better sit back and get your drink on this one because I'm coming.
Oh my God. Here
I'm
we
coming.
go.
Get your sip, get your straw and everything. If especially like if an athlete, he's
Hmm.
trying to get to that next level. He has to do conditioning all
Hmm.
season. He
Hmm.
has to make sure that there's studying going on prior to the season. He has to do film work. He has to do preparation work. He has to do all that. So if you're reaping the benefits of all of my being out of the house, not being there, not being able to run up to Malibu and all that, but you sitting there and you got you a Maybach, why you complaining? Why won't you just again hold him up and say, you know what? I know he got practice, or I know he had board meetings, or I know he's got all these different things to go out. But look at what he's doing for us instead of being so selfish and say he's not spending time with.
But is it really selfish? Because if you in a relationship, then then that's what it is. If you want to just buy a woman or purchase her gifts or whatever, put her up nice, then maybe you should just go to whatever sugar daddy or whatever sugar baby central. We talking about a relationship dynamic to where two people started off at a certain level and one is elevating. I'm not saying asking for some quality time is not being supportive. I'm saying this person is being supportive, but also being understanding to we both got needs. And I don't think that's selfish because I'm looking at my needs and yours. Because sometimes you need that breather and you can overdo it. Sometimes you need
If
to you need to replenish. So if that means us, hey, just getting a quick meal, having a conversation, letting you vent, whatever, then that's what it is. But to just think you're gonna sit me up nice somewhere and think I'm not as a woman gonna want some of that quality time that we was had. No, we need to schedule something. So that might mean that woman falling in line with his schedule or meeting him at the conditioning place or the practice or whatever before. Hey babe, got 10 minutes or whatever. Get your hug in. Hey, I made you a sandwich. It looks different for everybody. But I don't think you should neglect your partner completely.
what did they tell? What did the Kansas City Chiefs tell Taylor Swift about coming to the games?
I don't know what they tell him.
They tell her, "Don't you come when we got home games that are away because you'd be a distraction.
Ooh.
So you can't go with him on this one. We trying to elevate to the Super Bowl, so you just be the nice little Swifty girl, come to the home games and chill.
Cruise you? No. Okay. Okay.
All
But
right,
that doesn't
know your
mean
role.
that doesn't mean he's not spending any time with her outside of that. It don't mean
Know
that.
know your role in the elevation.
Know that you ain't in the business of buying women and putting them up nowhere. Women have needs, emotions, women have desires, and it don't change just because you securing the bag. Because some of us are more concerned with securing our own bag and not living off you in the first place. So with that being said, again, it falls back to the unit, sir. And the unit is the relationship that we started to cultivate from the very damn beginning. And if
Man,
you don't want that, then you go and you deal with the groupies. If you don't want
you
that,
know, if you down with me for this elevation, then there's only one steering wheel in the car. Okay, and if I'm steering the damn steering wheel, you can't be reaching over there trying to pull us over to the side. That's why they make one steering wheel in the car.
no, he didn't try to use the steering wheel. Okay. Well, you ain't gonna treat no woman like she a trophy on the damn shelf to put up whenever you want to play with her, and whenever you got an off season or whenever you got a bye week, baby. It don't work like that for all women. You may find that type of woman, but what I'm saying is, in this instance right here, I'm speaking on me and my principles and my boundaries. I'm not that woman. So you still
And
gonna have to pour into our relationship.
but if you benefiting, if I'm flying
It
you,
don't matter.
if we playing in New England, and again
Mm-mm.
I'm headed to the Super Bowl, we about to level up here because I'm gonna get this bonus. You are to just come on ride. Period. Point blank. In the show.
You better FaceTime me. We better be FaceTiming. You better be sending some flowers. You better be doing something. You want that title? The same. You want this relationship? You gonna show up in your own way. You gonna show up. I'm gonna show up for you. You gonna show up for me. Period. Like I said,
I'm showing
as
up for
we
you. I'm
elevate,
showing up for
that
you
looks
every
different.
day when you can go and get Gucci and Louis Vuitton and
I
go on
don't give a
Rodeo
dag
Drive
about
and
no
all that.
Gucci, man. I don't care about that. I don't
Anyway,
care. What I care about is being able to see you, whether that's on a screen or in person. What I care about is knowing for myself that you're okay, and I'm not looking at you on a TV screen giving an interview, looking at your body language, reading you, knowing that you're not good. What I care about is your well-being, how you really doing, what you really got going on, your frustrations. That's what I care about.
I
And
hear
how we
you.
gonna show
I
how
hear
we
you
gonna show up for
talking.
each other?
I
How we
hear
gonna
you
show up for each
talking.
other?
I hear you talking. You still cashed that check yesterday.
And how you doing? You are? You good? How you
And
feeling? How your mama and them? Yeah, I cashed it. And I still care. That's all
Kenley,
I'm
what you got to say
saying.
over there, Miss Miss Thing? No.
Y'all was having y'all moment.
Terrence, so true. You got to bond with your spouse slash loved one. Yeah, it's true. Because that person should know you better than anybody else. And I'm telling you, that matters when you really when you on your grind, when you in the thick of it, you gonna want that one person to really be like, damn, they really see me. Especially when that facade go up and that mask go on and you in hustle mode and you can't let the fellas see that you feeling some type of way. You can't let the coach see that you don't like the stuff he pulled in that practice or doing that conditioning. You still have that one person you can come back and be like, you ain't gonna believe what happened to me today. You ain't gonna believe how they try to play me. I feel like you need that time. You need that time to still like connect, vent,
Yeah,
bond, cultivate it.
y'all go beyond connecting. Y'all be nagging.
All first of all,
That's that's a southern term.
right. I'm saying, hey, every woman ain't the same. Some of them will be like that, but at the end of the day, you still gotta acknowledge, like, yo, she got the same needs she had or he had before I leveled up. So if I want to keep this relationship, I gotta find a way in my own way to try to still let that person know, hey, it's me and you. You know, it's me and you, right?
You,
And that
you
can
just
look different for everybody.
you just miss sunshine. But anyway, some ladies, when some of you women are trying to elevate, y'all have a tendency to shut things down too. Don't be as loving and attentive and come on, baby, we're gonna take some time out and eat this watermelon. I'm gonna feed you these grapes.
But what I say, that's why I was like, yeah, in that elevation period, sometimes you need that person to sit you down, to relax, chill. Hey, I got it. And for me, that's where in my essence, I desire a masculine man to be able to do that. To be able to like ease cause when I'm like this and I'm grinding and I'm like securing the bag, I'm moving in my masculinity. I'm not moving in my femininity. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it takes that masculine man to be like, hey, come here, sit down, sit down. You doing a lot right now. And I'm like,
That's a whole
breathe.
nother subject. Y'all don't want no masculine man because y'all too
Hey,
independent.
there you go with that, y'all. When I'm telling you as an entrepreneur, I'm telling you as a CEO, I'm telling you as somebody who's still holding down a full time in the midst of that, I'm telling you, I'm not the y'all. What I desire is that masculine man that's gonna have his own depth, own way. Not you ain't gotta be rah, whatever, do what I say, but you gonna have your way. Hey babe, come here. You gonna have your way of sitting me down to where I automatically submit because I trust you and I know you want what's best for me.
That's
And
why,
I may be running on fumes.
and that's why
I
in
may
the
need to sit
elevation
down.
again, when I say it's one steering wheel in the car, what you said on the passenger side, right? Thank you.
You talking about leaving me there and
No,
put me in some
I
Gucci.
didn't say anything about. I'm
Look,
just saying is
AK,
that if
you talking
I'm
about buying me
driving,
out, put me in
eh,
some Gucci and some Louis and telling me to shut up. And I
damn
said that
skippy.
in latent terms because that ain't what you said.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm driving, we going on a journey, we elevating,
Oh
and
my
we going to
God.
Mount Rushmore. You sit back, put
Sweetheart,
the seatbelt on, and ride to
mm-mm.
Rushmore.
I
Hey,
have to
son,
be
what's up?
able to
My
trust
son
that you ain't
enjoying us.
leaving me into the into the ditch. I got to be able to trust and know that even you know for yourself when you need to scale it back because you ain't finna drive both of us off the cliff because you don't know how to take a day or take an hour for yourself. And that's how sometimes people end up hurt, injured, not playing to their full capacity because they overdoing it. They overdoing it. They overexerting themselves. So you go ahead. I guarantee I take that steering wheel for you leave me off that bridge.
He ain't taking nothing. You sit over there and be quiet. What is Pastor? Pastor
I
Ian and
will when you put in that quality time and we have a talk.
we're gonna talk when I finish making this money. Say something, AK. I dare you to say something tonight.
Even in the
Anyway,
honeymoon phase of a relationship, she is saying, keep me in my feminine. Yes. When I'm on my grind, bring me back down. Pat, baby. Come on now. Come on. Are you picking up what you're putting down? Because we both putting down the same thing. There you go, Pat. They don't understand.
y'all look like y'all in the cow field with all this manure y'all shoveling around here.
You
Okay.
look like you serving up bull under them city lights, sir.
Okay, when you two started talking about
Yeah.
being in a relationship, one leveling up, and I guess the other one's supposed to be supporting. This is how this whole thing started. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Then he led it to the support being shut up and sit down. And I'm like, no, that person still got the same desires and stuff you had before you leveled up. You got to just find another avenue or another way to kind of still show them it's still us. You can't just say
Well,
shut up and sit down.
which one in the relationship has leveled up? Which one has the business? The woman or the man? Who has the business?
To me it don't even matter. It's the same whether it's the dude or the woman.
You hear what
To
Cedric
me,
said? Read
but
what Cedric said. See what he said.
I hear confidence in one and one of insecurity.
Yeah, if I'm the one driving, then you got to be again. I got the confidence. I know where we're going. We rolling with this thing. Then if you don't want to go or you got some insecurity about where we're going, you shouldn't be in the car.
It's not insecurity. It's you think you just gonna neglect the whole relationship because you securing the bag. What I'm saying is it don't work like that.
And you
Wait,
can't
And that
and you
and
cannot
this
neglect the whole
no.
relationship. And she's right. She's right about that. But I do believe when you have a business, either you're hungry or you're not hungry. You're either in your hungry stage or you're out of your hungry stage. And I'm seeing people right now that has businesses right now. They're not hungry whatsoever, and they're just doing mediocre stuff. It's not like they're
Mm,
trying to level up. So you need that support on that other end from whoever. When you say it was the man or the woman, but to me, it's a
mm,
little different with the man or the woman. But I ain't gonna go into that tonight because it is a little different when it comes to a woman leveling up and a man. It's a little
mm.
different whether we want to believe it or not. But
We
No,
about
I'm
to talk
saying
about
like
that.
the support. I feel like
yes.
yeah, I feel like what in a relationship, it should still be the relationship matters. I don't think whether the man is up or the woman is up, you should neglect the foundation of the relationship. That's all I'm saying, regardless of who up. Now, it is some stuff with that when women are up. Yes, it can be a different dynamic, but I think what it all boils down to is if we still say we want this relationship, then we both need to find our own way to still show that. And whether that's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the case, we still need to make that time to still that our partner still feel like I'm supporting you, but you're still showing up for both of us too.
Well, if I'm driving and I'm holding your hand, am I showing you some attention?
You now you added stuff in the dynamic. Can you read some of these comments that we missed?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
my
I'm
beautiful
taking.
sister Darlene, and I agree with you, sis. Yeah, go back to Darlene.
All right.
Hold on. If you get caught up on that money, you're going to lose the relationship because he or she is not going to be relevant. Bam. That's why I said make sure you continue to express is me and you. Time is very important always in any relationship, whether you up or you down.
We got a call coming in. We have a young man, somebody that wants to add to this conversation.
Awesome.
Good evening, sir. How you doing?
Hey, this is Cedric. What's going on?
Can you all hear him?
Hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Cedric, go right ahead.
Hey, I wanted to expound a little bit more on my statement of the insecurity and confidence. I think what's missing out of this conversation, it's about what's orderly, what's proper, what is right. But that's got to be the foundation. So I'm hearing both sides, and I'm hearing one side say, hey, do not neglect, do not disregard your family or your spouse or your significant
Right.
other. I'm going to use, you take, if you guys said if a woman has the business, what do you do? Or like you said, Bruce, if you're driving, what do you do? Go into that scenario and that foundation, you have to understand, okay, what is the ultimate goal? There are times that a person can be doing business and trying to grow the business, and that becomes first in their life. If that is the understanding, then it's best for you to sit back and keep quiet and forget about the relationship as to what you're wanting, because that's what was laid out in the very beginning. But if I have a business and my business is to bring us both up, keep your mouth closed and roll with me.
Yep. I agree.
The purpose of me
I'm agreeing with that.
is to
I don't.
support us. Now,
Yep.
if I begin to neglect the household, it is
This
my
is what I'm
job,
saying.
my duty to be sensitive to. She's saying, "Hey, you spend a little too much time. You doing this or you doing that?" But that's a fine line, because now it becomes a debate. So I go back to my original statement. What is the order of it? I can tell you this just for me. You can have a multi-million-dollar business. If I'm coming into that relationship, or at some point in the relationship you're building that, I have to lay that foundation and make my decision. Because what I'm not going to do is sit here and debate back and forth while I'm busting my butt 80, 100 hours a week trying to grow this. Now I got to come home and deal with your insecurity. So that's the reason I go back and say I think what was being missed is, what is the foundation? What are the rules? What are the guidelines? What's the orderly way of doing it? If Angie's in a relationship, she has a business that she is very busy. Very busy. So coming into it, yeah, there's going to be some cultivating. There's going to be some learning a lot of learning curve because it's something that you didn't start together.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have those, you guys are talking about Kelsey and Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift came in after the fact where they're trying to establish something. So I agree in that sense of, Taylor, back off. It's become a distraction, but it's not up to the league or NFL to say that. That's up to Kelsey to say that. If the league told her that, and Kelsey didn't put that in check and say, wait a minute, you don't tell my girl what to do. If y'all feel like she's having a distraction in my life, then let me have that conversation with her. And if she decides she wants to come to the next game, that's our business. Typically, when you start allowing other people into your relationship and dictate how your relationship should go, now you got a whole other problem. Because now, you're going to do what they told you to do, and you just going to forget about me, and I got to sit home and wait. So you run into those particular problems. So my view is, my little 2 cents is, put it in its proper perspective, put it in its proper order. If love is first, notice I said if it is first, and I am doing what I'm doing for us, mainly for you, then you're not going to be neglected. Chill out, relax. If you need a man to tell you that, if he comes and tell you that, sometimes we get tired. So I'm tired of telling you that every single day. And then when we bounce, you want to run off and say, hey, you ain't spending enough time with me. I told you, let me get this together. That wasn't good enough for you. Or you knew going into the relationship that this person would be extremely busy. That's reason not to pick on Angie, but Angie is a very busy woman. But however, I know she's a committed and loyal person, and she's going to make happen what she needs to make happen with her other half.
I agree, Cedric, and I also agree with Darlene. It's a balancing act, and you're absolutely right. There's got to be some foundation, a premise put in first, so that everybody know, where you're going, how we're going to get there, and what it's going to entail, to get there. So, all
and
that.
Also look at the evidence of it. If you're driving a car and you're, she's backseat driving, at least, every once in a while you're reaching back to, hey, you okay? Everything's good.
Thank you.
The evidence is there that you're constantly got her in mind. Then there should never be a time when she comes up and says, hey, you didn't check on me. You didn't see how I was doing or anything like that, because it was a constant thing. But now if the person is constantly doing that and she still comes back and says, hey, this is not enough, this is not enough, I don't know what you're going to do at that point.
Yeah, and that was my point, Cedric. If I'm driving and I'm holding your hand, then I'm giving you both. I'm taking you to the promised land, and I'm showing you some attention.
Cruz, you need to stop
the
the shenanigans, because you did not say you was holding no hand in the beginning. You said shut the F up. That's what you said. You said I'm driving and she just need to shut the F up.
Cedric, hold on just a minute, because I'm going to drop a bomb right here. It's inferred, and that's what we were talking about. It's inferred that, I'm driving, you sitting over there, you keep your damn mouth closed. I got your hand.
You ain't say all that. What you said was shut the F up, and then you said if I'm buying you Gucci and Louis, and my response was all women some women can't be bought, period. And that does not compensate for her genuine concern for the well-being of you and the relationship. So like he said, if y'all are communicating and y'all are tapping in, you left all that out, Cruz.
I'm watching you slob on your pillow. I'm giving you attention. You
said if you gone what did he say? Conditioning, preseason. So he's completely taking himself out the household at this point. And then he gonna say he driving, he doing it for us. Shut the F up. And then you gonna say, ain't you living in that mansion? Ain't you Don't you got your Louis? That's where I had to check you at.
Hey, Miss
Because that
Tanya,
negate that is
wait a minute,
no,
wait a minute.
no.
Are
That
you
part did
still?
not
Are you
align with what
still
Cedric
there?
said.
Are you still there? Are you still there?
Cedric, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I thought he was talking to her. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm here.
I'm
No,
gonna
I
say
was
he
talking to
talking to you.
her because she
He
trying to,
talking to you, Cedric.
she don't understand that I hadn't dismissed her. I hadn't sent her off anywhere. I still got her with me, even through the training, the conditioning, and the driving, all
You
that.
just said,
She still got her
AK,
little
didn't he
butt
say
there.
you can't be there? You can't be there. That's what he said. Don't put on for Cedric because we can replay this and hear everything you said.
But
Cedric is speaking facts. You
Cedric
were
said,
not.
he gonna tell you something, and he gonna get off the phone. So listen.
Oh my God.
I ain't telling her now. Don't put me on her. I didn't say I'm telling her that.
Yeah. You see how he do, Cedric? You see how he do? He's starting stuff. No, he said it perfectly clear though. He brought it home with what he said.
He said, "Can you just be quiet for a minute?"
I didn't say that. Don't you put that on me, Cruz.
Cruz.
Listen, I'm gonna say it this way. It proves if you're in that vehicle, you're confident in what you're doing, you're driving, and you got your other or your significant other, your wife, whatever, by the hand, and she is still that net in your ear. At some point, you got to say either I'm gonna continue this, or you need to pull that car over and say get out.
It's just that simple.
It's just that simple. Because I'm gonna tell you something. There are those out here, no matter what you do, and no matter how much you fight, you're just not gonna please that person. All I'm saying is recognize that early before you lose your car and your business.
Well, Cedric.
Wait a minute, Cedric. Angie has a question.
Okay.
Cedric, can you hear me? Can Cedric hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so you and I know, we're not gonna call no name, but you and I know the same person that started their business and don't have their wife to this day. Because the wife did not understand what this man was trying to do to secure his family. So I'm gonna be that different kind of chick. I'm just sorry. Because I'm gonna ride with him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride with him, but it's gonna be a little bit neglect. Because you gotta understand the business and what he's trying to do and where he's trying to take. Don't nobody want to be working at the age of 65, 70 years old. So he's trying to secure this bag now so we can play hard later. So I understand and get it. A lot of these lawyers, these dang doctors, the judges, they're divorcing left and right because their wives are not understanding what it is that they're trying to do. And I've known someone, I know in Cedric, you know who I'm talking about, who has tried to support their family, start their business.
Yes, I know it. Yes, I do know exactly who you're speaking about. And again, that was my attitude of, hey, and see, you get to a point where if you don't make a decision, you can lose it all.
Yeah.
So at this point, he had to make a decision and say, hey, this person is not going to be pleased. And I'm talking, they work some serious hours, lot of sweat in their business. And not only that, when someone is making you aware, you know their whereabouts, you know everything about them, and you still complain, you really need to take an examination of your own life when you're doing that. And that's the reason why I say it's about security and insecurity. Now, I do think that it's his responsibility to do everything in his power to help her understand that she is okay. But at some point, if she doesn't accept that, that's the time that he has to make a decision and say, hey, you know what? I've done all that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Because again, you're gonna lose your spouse and you're gonna lose your business. Because soon you make the decision to bounce, oh now she won't half of it.
Yep. And the thing about that, when it comes to us women, and I'm not trying to talk about us, but I got to give these brothers their props on this one right here, because sometimes we like want what we want when we want it, and he's trying to secure this bag. He's trying to make our family, this better family, and we may want to stop him at the time he can't, and then we're pissed off. We really need to stop that BS. We got to stop that, because if you know where your man is, you know what he's out there doing, you go to him. You go to his office or whatever he's doing. We got to support him. And he's trying to work these long and hard hours to make sure that we're always good. So sometimes as us women, man, we want you at dinner today. We want to have lunch with you today at this time on Friday. And it may not can't happen. Then we pissed off. We got to stop that nonsense. To me.
That's the point of the compromise. Yeah, that's the point of the compromise.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work that way.
One thing that the other half don't take responsibility of is when that person is genuine, and I mean genuine.
Right.
They're doing everything they can, and you keep pushing, you keep pushing, you keep pushing, you keep pushing. This is when they finally start looking outside of the relationship for a release. They're not getting a release from work, and they're not getting a release from home. So where are you going to go and find your release? Now
Exactly.
the problem.
That's right. And when the ass started cheating, we're going to be looking crazy. You're absolutely correct. Yep.
And vice versa, when you completely neglect the person too, they can go that way too on their end. Regardless of what they understand, if you completely neglect them and shut them out, I've seen it go that way too. Where they lean to a coworker, where they lean to a friend of a friend.
I think what keeps occurring is that there's a thought process and a pattern of a fear of in the very beginning, where you know that this is occurring in the very beginning, then you can stop it early. But if you're in the middle of this process or in the top part of the process, because just like Angie was talking about, this guy's worked like crazy and developed all his money.
Mm-hmm.
She was halfway in that process, almost to the end of it, and then finally he goes, okay, enough is enough. He at least had enough respect, or a person should have enough respect to go and say, hey, I'm not trying to step out on you or anything like that, but you're making it to a place where I have no place to lay my head.
Mm-hmm.
I can't lay my head at work because I'm tired, the frustration dealing with the public, dealing with all the frustrations of the world. Now I have to come home and deal with your insecurities of me. I'm supposed to be able to come home and feel like I'm in my castle.
Your place of peace.
It ain't just for the man, it's also for the woman. If a woman has her business like that, when she comes home, and if you don't have a business at all, and you just working 8 hours a day, both parties, neither one of you should be coming home at a place where like, oh my God, I got to go in here and there. This is not another 8 to 5 job.
Right.
You should walk in your house with peace and said, okay, now I can relax. I fought the world all day long. Now let me go into a place where I'm loved. But if you don't have that goal in mind, every time it's going to seep in and it's going to ruin everything.
Yep.
It's a matter of time. So the first time it rears its head up, it needs to be dealt with and done away with. The longer that seed stays in the ground, the more it's going to come into a sapling, and then eventually that thing is going to become a tree, and that tree has roots to it. Every time you turn, you cut that thing down, and all of a sudden it's growing back to you. Like, oh my God! Until you get rid of it, you're going to constantly have that problem. So it's got to be treated like a snake. What do you do to a snake? You
Cut
kill
it
it.
off with the head.
Yeah.
Play
Yeah,
with
'cause this man doesn't have his wife today.
have a relationship.
So, yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I said, this man doesn't have his wife to this day because she just didn't understand the hustle and the grind and what it had to take to be where he is right now. She didn't get it. She didn't get it. I can tell you, it's just about as dumb as a damn brick. I'm sorry. She didn't get it. And it's sad because this.
Right. You know what? And guarantee you still don't get it.
Exactly. You're absolutely correct. Because my thing is, if you know he's working late or he has to stay late, he's coming home at some point. It's not like the brother's not coming home. He's got to come home and lay his head down. So if it's a late night and you want to have dinner, I suggest you show your ass up at work with that trench coat and a red bottom and with nothing on. I'm headed to the damn office. That's where I'm going.
Compromise.
It ain't always about us somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Cedric.
I went out with a young lady the other night, and I'm listening to her. We had somewhat of a similar conversation, and I caught it early, and I was very thankful that I caught it early. And I said to her, because they didn't know I'm blunt, I said, I'm sorry, but I can't fix stupid. And sometimes you have to understand what's inside of yourself. Stop trying to make them believe. That is the worst thing, and this is one of the things that I don't like about motivation. If I got to motivate you to believe in me, it ain't there, baby. I'm sorry. It
Right.
ain't naturally there. If I got to stroke you and do all this stuff and keep pounding you and doing, come on, man. It's like, if I got to do all this, then there's nothing there from you to me. Because if I got to motivate you, you've already missed the boat. If you got to motivate me to be there for you and not hound you, then you know what? It's not in me.
I don't know who this chick was that you went out with, but she about as dumb as a brick. I'm gonna do that right there.
There you go.
That thing about as dumb as a brick right now.
That's the reason I say you can't fix stupid.
Right.
You got that right.
And let me, while you're still on the phone, Cedric, let me, Darlene, when I may have said it a little harshly, but real world, and this kind of goes back to that trauma thing too. If we've been out here fighting the world, we are fighting with our own people, and I'm out here trying to bring the best paradise for us. When I come in, I don't need all that noise. I need that support where, again, I'm not hearing the nagging. I'm not seeing that frustration. I'm not seeing all that negative body language, that silent treatment. I get in the bed, you roll over to the north. Yes, sir.
Cruz, let me ask you a question. With that statement that you just made, was that established in the very beginning? And here's what my point is. If that's not established in the beginning as order, as a standard, and all of a sudden now you're several years into it and you're doing that, that means the foundation of that thing was never established properly. If it's in the beginning, you're going to deal with it. You're going to say, hey, here's the rules. Here's the guidelines. This is how we're going to live. And once one or the other deviates from that, that's when it needs to be addressed immediately. Not when you're deep into it. Now, if you start experiencing that while you're deep into it, that means that something got missed along the way. And you go back. If you go back to any of your relationships that any of us ever had, long-term relationship, ask yourself the question, how and why did that end it if you guys were such lovey-dovey in the very beginning?
Because
I go back to something I said to you guys several weeks ago. The way something starts will be the way it ends.
And I totally agree with you, Cedric, because I'm like you, when it comes to certain, I might be full of shenanigans here, but when it comes to trying to elevate, move forward, then that's going to be explained, before we even talk about seriously dating. Here's why I am in my mind frame. Can you deal with it? If you say yes from the beginning, and then we going on and we ride, and all of a sudden now you got an issue with it, you're going to be an ex. Point blank, period.
Can you go back? Can you read the comment?
If you deal with it in the beginning, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. Which one?
The one right before the one she got now. For people that didn't catch it.
All right. You go ahead and read it, Shauna. Bye.
Oh my God. See, it's not that you ain't going to hold on. It's not that you ain't going to ride. You just not going to be forgotten or not a factor in his process. It's just like a woman securing the bag, taking care of the kids, and not thinking about the husband or man in the family/relationship. How you think that man feel if he told to shut up and be happy with the money that's being provided? That's pretty much, yeah.
I think if Cruz said shut up, I would think and I would hope, because I'm speaking for myself. But if I'm in Cruz's shoes, and if I finally got to a point where I told you to be quiet about this situation, I've already established with you, hey, you know what I'm working with. I'm not gonna keep putting up with this. So I'm here, roll with me. If not, bounce. I can't say that so clearer than that.
That's what I say.
And no, that wasn't where he didn't establish that, Cedric. But it makes more sense from the aspect that he didn't establish it like that, Cedric. But from where you coming from, it sound better. It more was like, I'm making the money caveman style. That's how I came out. Shut up.
Because like I said, we riding in the damn Maybach now. So you know that was established when you got your ass in the car that we were going somewhere.
I think you triggered some women because you kind of put it like sit down, shut up, and take the money and be happy. And I think that for some women they trigger because they like, nah, I still matter. It's almost like you neglecting me and I'm supposed to be okay because I got a Gucci bag or because I'm riding in the Maybach now. You ain't said that before, but I see what she's saying. She could be supportive, but she not gonna sit there and be and you come off like she's not a part of the process. If she's being supportive and stuff, she want to be that, but not like to the point where she feel like all her job is to shut up and sit and ride. Like, no, she want to be supportive. Like she still matter. So she wants to be she wants to be supportive in your journey.
Softly. If I'm concentrating on film, I'm out here trying to get ready for the next game. I'm in a game 7 series here. I don't need that extra pressure from you talking about you didn't open the door for me when we got in the car. I just need
That's
you
not what she's talking about. She talking about
that's what
like
I was
the
talking
times
about.
where you're getting home and you not saying nothing, you ain't looking at her. It's like she invisible. That's where I believe she's coming from, that place. Like I'm still a part of your process. I matter. Like if I cook this food, eat. We good. Like this is the support. It was like the way you came across was like.
Perspective. Then it's the job of that guy that when he walks in to say, "Hey, babe, I'm tired. I'm a little frustrated." Hey, open that communication up and then say, "Hey, look, just let me be for right now. Let's get back together. Love you, kiss you on the forehead, but I don't just chill."
Right.
You avoid a lot of headache by going ahead and nipping stuff in the bud. If you walk in with attitude, either party walks in with attitude, and one or the other is like, "Yo, what's up? How you gonna just walk in and not do?" It's like telling someone, you don't walk past an adult and not speak, or you don't walk in your home and not speak. At a memory, I don't care what you got going on. At a memory, I got something going on. Say she loves me, whatever, but leave me alone for right now.
Cedric's so kind.
Yeah, but you know why? Because when I really hit you with it, because me personally, I don't like when I'm with someone after a certain period of time. There's this thing I call there's a level of innocence of ignorance. So when we first get together, I understand that you're ignorant by innocence, that you don't know these things. So you know what? I'm going to treat you that way. I'm going to handle you that way until you understand. But once you understand, and I tell you, don't touch that, it's going to burn you. Don't sit there and get mad at me because I've already had that conversation with you and you know better now. But now you still going to keep coming at me? Nah, I'm good.
And to the point, if you know me and you see I have horns on my head and breathing fire when I walk through that door, that's when you have to level up and say, okay, let me just kind of not press anything right now, because he lost the game the other night 42-10, so he ain't trying to hear that crap.
But look, I've been on the phone long enough for y'all. I can't fix stupid, but I love you. I'll talk to you guys.
All right, man. Appreciate you as always.
All right, y'all take care.
Yeah,
Oh no, seriously though. I mean, I got a little rile, but that's what I do. I always like to get up on the outgoes. Thank you very much. Because nothing I should do should bother y'all anyway by now.
Well, I think it was a little taken out of content. You know what I'm saying? They took it a little too far to me because I know you. You know what I'm saying? So I know kind of how you was trying to say it. But and I just think they're running with it. So y'all just bring it on back in, reel it on back in.
Oh, damn.
It was actually said. So everybody just reel that back in for a second. But Lord, Cruz, you just don't get
spoiler alert. You get ready to set them up for next week. No, seriously, they should know me by now. They know how that I'm gonna always bring the opposite for a minute, and then in the end, it is about balance. It's about.
But please understand, you made the comment that Jashana has tapped on several times. Shut up, whatever. There are men who come home and actually say exactly that. I mean that whole statement is probably a real statement.
It's a trigger.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And some men probably would come home knowing they're bringing the bacon and say just that. It doesn't mean that it's right.
Yeah.
But
right.
That is actually a true statement. It can be a true statement.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're right. It don't mean every woman gonna stick around for it though either, or gonna be okay with that consistently either. So that's her choice too.
And then it is her choice. If she wants to bounce, she needs to bounce. But when you bounce, realize what you're bouncing from. That's all I'm saying. Just realize what you're bouncing from.
It's back in the garage.
That's why I made the comment that I made with Cedric about the person that we know. We have seen and know this person firsthand on how this woman did not understand what he was trying to do for his family. She didn't get it. She didn't get the hard work. Like, you tapped on what it takes to, to keep these venues running and decorating and doing this. Everybody see, after it's done, but no one sees what we got to go through to get it done. They just see the end result. They don't see how hard it's work. And everybody out here ain't hungry. And I know it's in their business. They're not hungry to me. I know a whole lot of business owners right now coming up with excuse after excuse. This is a process. This is this. You ain't hungry. Because if you was hungry, you would go out there and try to feed your family. You would go out there and try to work that business and as hard as you need to work it and do what you got to do to work it. And I've seen people and I'm listening to business owners today. And I'm like, you're not hungry. So what are you talking about? Don't come talk to me if you ain't hungry. I ain't helping nobody that's not hungry. I'm not going to use my platform if you're not hungry, because now you're wasting my time. You're wasting my platform. And I've had people who come into my business and I have donated my space. And when I tell them their business are thriving because they're hungry, And what we're doing at my age anyway, I'm damn near about to be 60 years old. My ass need to be real hungry because I started late in this game. And with this whole venue thing, it's just only been a couple of years with this whole venue. My ass is old. So I started a little late with this thing. So yeah, I'm real hungry right now. So everybody get the hell out of my way. So if you don't want to ride with me, bounce. You gotta go. I'm good with that. I'm okay with you not wanting to be with AK. I'm fine with that. Because at the end of the day, you ain't paid a light bill in my house. You ain't paid a water bill in my house. You ain't paid nothing in my house. So hungry people, I'm with you. I'm riding with you. But I know a lot of business owners come up with excuse after excuse after excuse. This, I don't have this. I ain't had nothing when I walked in my, I stepped out on freaking faith. You do the same thing and get hungry. You got to get hungry. I don't get it. So I understand when it comes to those men, you know, trying to provide for their family. They don't understand that if you feel like your man out there creeping, if you feel like your man is out there doing some other stuff in there, we got another whole situation and a problem. But if you know that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, y'all better leave that dang man alone. Leave him alone. Show your ass up like I told you you need to show up. Sometimes you got to go beyond. And it's okay for us to go beyond. Mm-hmm. It really is. But.
And that comes from Lady Pac-Man.
I'm down with that. But, you know, you got to be hungry. You just got to be hungry, man. That's all I'm saying.
And let me not leave somebody with a false impression here, because at the end of the day, I am an actor. I'm a clown sometimes, but real life, my wife understands what I'm doing, and she supports what I'm doing. And I don't come home with that, with that rah-rah like that, because it's all about balance at the end of the day. Is that, baby, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm a chaplain. I'm out here in the streets. I'm working with AK. I'm doing all this stuff. And she I think AK, she said the other night, she said, if I didn't understand him, I would be mad all the time.
Yeah.
That was what she said.
Yep.
So don't let my acting and all that with Shauna and what we did go too far, because I understand at the end of the day that there has to be some give and take. There has to be some communication. There has to be balance at the end of the day. And if you don't have all those things, then you're right. The wheel gonna fall off the wagon.
Well, if you don't have the communication in the midst of everything that somebody's trying to do or whatever you're putting together, you ain't got nothing. No.
You ain't got nothing. I said in the beginning, the foundation. You got to communicate.
Yeah, if you don't have that.
They looking lost. And darling, I do agree with you, Honey Boo.
Yeah,
why she have to be on the sideline instead of being included in that bag process? And yeah, that's part of it.
But sometimes us women, we got a bug up our ass because we already pissed off because he's not coming home. It's not that he's not trying to include us. But if you're not a doctor, you can't go be a doctor. What you gonna do? It's not that you're not included in the process. You don't know that man's job. Now, if you're a doctor and he's a doctor, then yeah, and that's something weird going on. I can see that. But if you the secretary and he's a daggone doctor, you can't go do his job. I don't even understand that. I don't understand that statement. It's not that you're not being included, but you got to understand what it takes. Understand your job and understand his job, and then make a decision. And it's not one job is more important than the other, but make a decision on what the job is. You got to make a decision on what the job is. I dated somebody who didn't understand why I'm always at the venue. What do you mean why I'm always at the venue? Nobody's going to work harder in my venue than me. Nobody's going to work harder in your photography, Shauna, than you. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. I don't care who you may. If you're not there in photography, nobody's going to work as hard in your business than you. And you are responsible for certain things that you know you got to get done. If you came in and you did a gig for me, and you know daggone where this person said, I need this back in a week, and you ain't got it back in a week, that's your reputation. Now, if you don't care about your reputation, then that just is what it is. But nobody's going to work harder than you and I, or Cruz, with all the radio stations that he has. So when that other mate is coming together, it's got to be some understanding somewhere and some communication. And if you don't have it, then it's not going to work. You're just not going to work. You ain't on no sideline. Get your ass in the game. Get
Yeah,
in the
she's
game.
referencing
In the game.
she's referencing something Cruz said. I think she's going back to reference what
Oh,
Cruz
they
said
didn't
earlier.
tell you. They didn't
No,
tell Cruz.
and I think the comments are popping up a little bit later.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, that's what I'm realizing that now. Yeah, they're coming in. Some of these comments are coming in after the fact, but she's referencing the whole. Yeah, just
Yeah,
pretty
because
much sit back and whatever.
I guess.
She's referencing that.
If that guy's making the money and I'm not making the money, I ain't sitting on no sideline. I'm getting in the game. You can best believe I'm getting in the game. And
That's what she's saying.
know how to get your ass in the game is what I'm trying to say.
That's the
Yeah.
point. Now,
No, that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Cruz, you just came off like just sit over there, shut up, don't do nothing. That's kind of how you came. That's what I was trying to tell you. But yeah, that's what she's saying. Basically, she want to be a part of. She want to be in the game too.
They didn't took those words, Cruz, and they didn't ran with it tonight, honey.
Yeah.
That's a powerful tool, boy. They done took those words and they have ran with it tonight. And it's okay.
Because the way you said it, like excluded her from the process and excluded her from trying to help. And it just was like, you sit over here and shut up and whatever, look pretty and live in the mansion. And she's like, nah, I want to help. What can I do? That type of woman would be offended because she's like, nah, that ain't what I do. I ain't made to sit over here and just look pretty. You gonna get out of the mud? How can I help? So that's what I mean by those type of women who find their own way to be supportive, whether it's cooking for you, making a sandwich in between practice and stuff like that.
Can y'all see that? Wait a minute, hold on. What does that say?
I can't see it.
It says whose photo is that? That's my photo. His name is Douglas Hilton. He was an actor that I played.
Okay.
I'm damn good.
Yeah. Just putting context into the comment. Because AK thinking it came after the fact. And no, I think it came in reference to you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, she want to be a part of the team. She want to show up. And people took it like, that's not what you want a woman to do. Caveman.
Let me say this. Kobe's wife, what did she do? She couldn't get out on the floor and play, did she? But she was on the sideline and cheered him on.
That's what I said from the very beginning.
I just like that. I wanted to argue with you for the night.
Okay. Well, yeah. She was keeping them kids. She was watching them kids too.
Yeah. So she was playing a role, wasn't she?
She was being supportive.
Oh, you trying to switch words up on me? Nah. Let me stop because
she was holding them down. That's what she could.
At the end of the night, let me say this. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. Please.
It is not. It's not purely for entertainment purposes only. I'm tired of you saying that bullshit.
What you said? Yeah. Okay, what you said was for entertainment purposes only.
You know what?
What we said was real.
Here's the bottom fact again. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it again.
You're gonna run it back.
All right. I love y'all, but what I said is seriously. There becomes a point in time when we out here and we trying to do the best we can. We don't need that extraness when we come in, especially when you know what time it is in the game. Point blank period.
And there's a lot of women out here that are looking at us right now already know when a man working all these long hours, they already mad. They know they're mad. I will be mad too, to a certain extent. Everybody gonna be mad if you're a woman. A lot of women's not going to understand what it is that he is trying to do. They're not going to get it, not going to understand. All they know is I want my man home. I want him home. I want him home for dinner. I want him home for lunch or whatever. I want to be able to go out to lunch. And sometimes that's not the case. It's just not the case at that moment. It's not that it's not going to happen, and it may happen later on down the road. My thing is, do you have the patience enough to just to wait it out, just to sit back, relax yourself, and to wait it out? You ain't gonna have to tell me to shut up and sit down, but one time I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'll be right over in the mansion, sitting down and ain't doing nothing, since you don't want no help. I ain't fighting with you. I ain't your business. I'm just not. So I just think a lot of stuff was taken out of content tonight, but it's all good. It's all good. At the end of the day, work your family, work
The way you said it.
and communicate properly with your man and your spouse. What about that? Just,
And what about that? You're right. Again, because at the end of the day, you know,
what works for you.
no, that don't work for me.
I said, what works for you at the end of the day is
Oh,
whatever
okay.
works for
Yeah.
you in your house.
Mhm.
If you're communicating it. Yeah.
I just was saying, if that worked for me, I'd probably be down at AK sleeping on the couch by now.
Well,
Come on, everybody. Seriously.
your wife was not even or put up with those shenanigans at all. None of that. You already there.
Anyway, Sana V, you tired. I done plucked your last nerve. God damn it.
And did.
Yeah, I did. But sometimes y'all pluck my nerves, so I had to get you back tonight. Thank you very much.
You welcome.
All right. No, seriously. Anybody got any closing word? What's that again?
People say we pluck your nerves. So.
That's why I don't have no hair. You pluck my nerves every week. No, y'all go ahead. Y'all finish y'all closing remarks. I'll start with.
I don't even know if we actually really did talk about our freaking whole subject because y'all stayed on one little thing for about a half an hour. So, I mean, our subject today was actually who we can carry with us. So,
Well, we have to pick up on it next week another week. It'll be a part 2.
Yeah, that's what we do.
It's almost 10 o'clock. You have to go.
We leave wanting more. That's the key. You leave them wanting more. But all right. Damn, I'm just gonna give her the closing words. All right, Shauna, then AK, and then we'll close out.
I'm so tired of you telling me. I'm about to get him named. Okay.
What you about to get? What you about to get? You about to get removed?
Look, I can do my own self.
Y'all just.
I don't want to be rude, so that's why I asked you if you have any closing words because I can just shut this down now.
Just communicate. Try to be supportive as you can of each other during the journey, and keep the love that's at the forefront. To me, I would say keep it at the forefront in your own way, however that looks as you elevate it.
What you have to say, Cruz?
What I have to say? I have to say this. Look for the signs of trauma with your man or your son or that male in your life because there are some red flags there. There are some telltale signs that there's trauma that's triggering a lot of things. And then I would say about the elevation period, you can't take everybody with you because some people are going to try to hold you down. But those that want to go with you, make sure that you get the map or the GPS and you make it quite clear where you're trying to go at the end of the day so that both everybody get the same destination at the same time.
Well, there you have it. We see everybody next week on Let's Talk Tuesday.
Right.
See y'all.
We're going to leave you all with a young lady that we're going to have on in probably about 3 weeks. She's a violinist. She's extremely good. This is how we're going to close out tonight. Love you. Next week, we
Much
got
love,
Donald G would be with us, and want you guys to tune in because he's going to be bringing in a lot of information, a lot of good information. And you know the Let's Talk Trio, we always going to bring something special for you because we love y'all.
Because he's tap on that. So I don't know how many people are watching because I tablet and died. I can't see nothing. I can't even see the screen. But he is going to talk about wills and deeds, power of attorney, that sort of stuff. He's going to tap back on to the insurance again for those who maybe missed it last time. So he did say he was going to talk about that as well. So it's going to be a good show if anybody wants to talk. And then we had one viewer the last time he was on actually did say, could he talk a little bit about business? So I actually did mention that to him. So he may tap on a little bit about business as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Appreciate
But wills
it.
and deeds, that's going to be some good stuff.
Absolutely. And then the week after that, on the 24th, we're gonna be back in the studio. We're gonna have from Channel 6 sitting in with us is Janine Samuels, who is a former NFL cheerleader, now an anchor for CBS 6. And while somebody will be with their suntan lotion, I ain't gonna call her name at all. I'm gonna leave it right there. But we are gonna miss her, and we hope that wherever she is, she have a good time. Man, y'all still commenting out here. Hold on, let me get these comments in here. Okay. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Duffy. And also,
Thanks.
Miss Pat, appreciate you as
Oh,
well.
thanks, Pat.
Thank you. So, guys, we're gonna leave out on this young lady, and you all check her out. She's on every music platform. She's an excellent violinist, and you ain't got to stay for the whole show on this one at the end. But I'm just gonna give you a little bit to close us out. As I always say, whatever comes when the heart reaches hard, let somebody know how much you care about them before it's everlasting too late.
And we have a live studio audience next week, so get your tickets for next week.
Much
Thank
love,
you.
y'all.
Yeah.
Bye, Shauna.
See